Happy Sunday, and thank you for tuning in to Ms. Gwenny Eats. As always, I would like to thank everyone who takes the time to like, share, and subscribe and watch my videos. It is greatly appreciated. This week, we are going to do a one skillet or one pot meal, whichever one you choose to use. I'm doing a skillet because I got a big old skillet. And it's fajita chicken pasta. These are all the ingredients, and with that being said, let's go. All right, let's go ahead and get this started. The first thing we're gonna do is put some olive oil in our pan. I'm gonna do a fair amount of olive oil. Now, everything I do is going to be in this one skillet. And when I tell you I got this big old skillet from Marshall's, either Marshall's or TJ Maxx Home Goods, somebody in that franchise, I got this pan from. And I probably paid $20 for it. And it's going to fit everything I need in this pan. So I would definitely suggest taking the time to go get you a big old pan that'll fit one pot meals in. And that's what this one is. Like I said, it's a one skillet meal. All right, the first thing we're going to do is put the rainbow peppers. So you can do green peppers too, but because green peppers have such a heavy taste, I always do the rainbow peppers and the onions because I don't want the green peppers to take over. So let's go ahead. Let's see. Let's take a little piece of onion. Yeah, and the onion is kind of thick. I mean, it's fajita. Have you ever had a fajita with little thin onions? No, this is going to be hearty. So let's go ahead. You already hear the sizzle. Let's go ahead and get all of that in there. The rainbow peppers. Ooh, stuff is splashing. I have stuff all over my shirt when I do the mukbang part. Okay, let's go ahead and get these peppers and onions in there good. And yes, I am going to season them. Now, I've noticed lately that a good rule of thumb when I do my seasoning is I have this cute little mason jar. Let me tell y'all, I love mason jars. I have a whole cabinet full of them. So a rule of thumb, something I try to do. So even if you have excess, if you use it for something else, you can always go back and use it again. It has a little lid that goes on it. So I try to do at least a tablespoon of each seasoning. So that's a tablespoon of the adobo. This time it's without pepper. I think I did without pepper last week. I can't remember. We're going to do a tablespoon of garlic powder. Let's go ahead and get that tablespoon of garlic powder in there. Okay. Some of this might spill over a little bit. Oh, did I forget to put that on there? There we go. If I did the wrong one, y'all will be alright. Now let me go ahead and turn this down to medium. I don't want this to turn ugly. The other day I was in here cooking. I can't remember what I was cooking, but baby, when I tell you it lit this whole kitchen up. Well, it didn't light it up, but it was definitely smoky up in this piece. And I mean smoky. I had to open the front door, the back door. It was a mess. So I don't want that to happen while I'm recording my video, so I turn that down a little bit. Okay. Now, this is a tablespoon of cumin. Anything you're doing anytime you're cooking something that's like fajita related, you're going to use cumin and you're going to use chili powder. Now, if you're making tacos at home and you don't have that old El Paso or Taco Bell seasoning or whatever the heck that crap is, if you don't, it's not crap because I've used it before, but if you don't have any of those things, it is always good to keep chili powder and cumin on hand. Now, because this one has a little mouth, I'm going to go ahead and just do 3 teaspoons of chili powder, which is a tablespoon. 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead. And I'm going to go in the drawer and get a butter knife and mix that up a little bit. I'm just going to mix it up. That's what we're going to do. Now, mind you, it's a tablespoon of chili powder, a tablespoon of cumin, a tablespoon of adobo, and a tablespoon of chili powder. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid back on there. And the reason I go ahead and put the lid back on this stuff is because I'm clumsy sometimes. And let me tell y'all, when I'm being clumsy, I will knock all this stuff over. And that will be the end of this video. Now I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some of this in there. Not a lot though, because the rest of it is going to go on the chicken. And with the chicken, I just had a fork. What I do with my fork, y'all? Okay. Now I'm losing my mind because I don't know what I did with my fork. And I hope I didn't stick it back in this drawer. I didn't. But let's just get a new fork. And now I see where the other fork is. It's in the bowl. It's alright though. But we're going to go ahead and do this. And because the adobo can be kind of salty, I did not add any other salt or anything like that to this. So it's just the cumin, the chili powder. So it's just the cumin, the chili powder, and the garlic and the adobo. There we go. Now I'm not going to put a lid on this because I want it to get just a little crispy. And the inspiration for this meal, one is a video that I saw on Facebook on Tasty. I get quite a few recipes from Tasty. Tasty has some good recipes. Y'all need to go on there and look it up. Now, I do a version of this that's called Fajita stuffed chicken, and pretty much you take all these ingredients and you stick them inside. You stuff them in a chicken breast, which I realized recently that when you stuff a chicken breast, if you cut it in the top and then shove everything down in there, ooh, did my arm just do the fat thing? I'm gonna have to watch that. Y'all gonna have me up here doing push-ups because I can't be having no wiggly arms in my video, or I'm gonna wear long sleeve shirts, one or the other. As y'all can tell, I like to eat, so I'll probably just cover it up instead of fixing it. I know that sounds horrible, but y'all leave me alone. Leave me alone. And as far as wine goes this week, I'm going to stay with the Old Faithful that I know I love, and that's Southern Twang. If you watch any of my other videos, you've heard me talk about Southern Twang before. Go ahead and put that on the spoon rest. The other one is in the bowl that we're going to put this in when it's time for us to do the chicken. I probably, like I said, won't use all of that seasoning, but it's still good to have. I could just put the lid on it. Next time I'm doing something fajita related, just put it in there. Now, initially, when I decided to do it this way, I thought about my first cooking tutorial where I did the Texas burrito thing, and I was going to do shrimp and chicken and steak, and I decided I would just, take it a little light this time and not do all three of them. And I'll just do the onions and the rainbow peppers. Now, again, like I said, the only reason I don't put green peppers in there is because they have a very heavy flavor, and I don't like for them to take over. Now, one of the things I'm getting used to doing in these videos is smiling, because I never smile. I actually hate my smile. I hate my smile. I got some dental stuff going on. I mean, my teeth are white, but, some of that other stuff I want to get fixed makes me kind of in my videos. And watch, that face I just made, that's going to be the thumbnail that they try to put on there. But I'm on it. Okay, now I do not want to cook these for too long. I don't want them to get mushy. And the reason I don't want that to happen is because the reason I don't want that to happen is that these are going to cook some more with the chicken and the penne and the milk. So, go ahead. And I don't know how long we've been sauteing these. Maybe a good 7 minutes. If that, a little more than 7 minutes. Okay. So like I said, we got those done, but we're not going to thoroughly just cook them all the way through because they're going to cook some more. Here's what it looks like. And also, you see how it has that little handy thing right there? I love this pan for when I'm making, especially pasta. I very rarely bake spaghetti, but I think if I did, I would probably put it in this pot instead of one of those pans. And then I'd have to remember not to grab this because I suck at stuff like that. Okay. Now let's go ahead And I'm going to put this over there so y'all can see me move my measuring stuff over here out of the way. And then I'll go ahead and get these into this. And I'm hoping it's not so warm so where it'll melt this bowl. Probably not. Okay, there we go. Put that back on the heat. And I'm doing this in a way so where I don't have to pause and go wash my hands, because the way the video was going to end, y'all are going to see all the ingredients together. And when I come back, I'll have everything made up all pretty. Now, in my head, I was going to make some kind of bread, but with all this pasta, and then last week I had macaroni and cheese. We just going to have pasta this week. I hope y'all like it. Let me add a little bit more olive oil for the chicken. Just a little, just that much. Because the chicken is going to cook fairly fast. Now, I don't know if I said this already, but I'll say it again. Anytime I have to use diced or cut up chicken breast in a video, but for cooking, period, I always use chicken tenders. They just season and they stay juicier for me. They stay juicier than cutting up a chicken breast. I just like tenderloins better. So this is about 2.5 pounds of tenderloin. I just, you know, pulled that little extra skin off of them, rinsed them, and cut them in half. Now, this I could put in the sink because I'm not putting anything back in this because, as we all know, chicken is very, very germy. Hold on one second. I used to date this guy, and he liked doing like different recipes and stuff, and I don't know if he had ever cooked chicken. I don't think he had, but I know when I was telling him about cooking whatever he was doing with chicken, I said, be careful with that chicken as far as washing your hands, because chicken is very, and I couldn't think of the word, he was like, germy. I said this last week. Y'all forgive me. Y'all know I talk a lot and repeat myself. Y'all know this about me. Y'all watch enough of my videos to know that I say the same stuff over and over again. But I still try to give y'all something different each time I cook. So I hope that y'all appreciate that I try to put a different twist on each thing I do. I thought about doing fried pork chops, but I'm not going to do that because not yet. I feel like I just did pork. And after those tomahawks, it might be hard to, those tomahawk pork chops, it might be hard to come with something that'll be as good as that. Now, the beauty of this is that I won't have to drain anything. Now, as we all know, when you make ground beef, you gotta drain it, or all that oil is just sitting in there. But tenderloin is pretty much lean chicken, so you don't have to do all of that. Now, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit on this chicken because I want some of it to get like a hard little sear on it. Now, it's not as good of a sear as you get in cast iron, but I did not feel like fooling with that cast iron after I had the whole house smoky the other day. Okay. Now, we are going to go ahead and put the lid on that. We're going to put the lid on that, and we're going to let it cook down some, and I will be back. Okay, I'm back. Now that I'm back, I did the chicken probably about halfway. Now I'm going to show you the chicken. You see how it looks? That's the color of it, the cumin and the chili powder give it that color. Put it back on there. And I'm going to go ahead and add the peppers to it. And I almost forgot a really key ingredient that goes in here. And that is some cream cheese. This, let me tell you, this actually is going to make the milk thicken as well. Let me turn that down a little bit while I'm getting to this part. I don't want anything to overcook while I'm getting to the part where you add the cream cheese, because you're going to add this cream cheese. Now, if you want to, you can add the cream cheese directly to the peppers and the onions, but I'm going to add it to this part. And this cream cheese, I actually let it sit out so that it could be room temperature so it will melt faster. That's what I do with all of my cheesecakes. I know I haven't done a cheesecake tutorial, but I plan to do that for y'all one day. Do a cheesecake tutorial where I show y'all how I do cheesecake. I won't give y'all all of my secrets, but I'll probably show you how I make like a nice basic strawberry cheesecake. Now let's go ahead and get this in there. Maneuver that around in there. Okay. Now, like I said, this is about 2.5 pounds of chicken. Now, I could have did a pound of chicken, but you know, when it comes to meals like this, I like for you to be able to taste the meat in there. Now, I'm not gonna melt this cream cheese all the way down for one reason. Once I add the penne and the milk, all of this is gonna blend together. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of, well, maybe half of what's left of the seasoning. Now, remember, we put a tablespoon each of this. Now, if you're going to cook something really small, I would suggest like a teaspoon of each seasoning. If you're going to use a pound and then like a cup of penne or whatever. But we're doing about 1.5 cups, I believe, of penne. 1.5 cups of penne. Okay. Turn that back up a little bit. It lost its sizzle. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add, let me move this out of the way for y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and add the penne. Okay, maybe I need a little bit more. That was probably 2 cups. Let's do 2.5 cups. I mean, this is a big pan. I'm gonna go ahead and get that down in there. Okay, got that down in there. Okay. And now we are going to add 4 cups of milk. Close that up. We're going to add 4 cups of milk. And then we're going to put the lid on this. Let it cook. And then we're going to come back when it's time to grub on this right here. Hold on. And the reason you use milk is because it just absorbs into everything. And it's going to help that cream cheese turn into something wonderful. And the noodles are going to be nice. And then we go ahead and mix that up in there. It doesn't look that appetizing right now. But I promise y'all, once I plate this and put it in a bowl, it is going to look yummy, delicious. Now I'm looking now, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 more cup of milk, just because this is a lot of stuff in there. Okay, 1 more cup of milk. Like I said, remember, I am making a lot. You know what? Okay, we're gonna do that. 4.5 cups of milk. I felt like that last little bit just made me feel a little uneasy. And then we're going to put a little more of this in there, just because we don't want it to lose flavor. When you cook something and you're adding water to it, it tends to lose a little bit of its flavor. And when I finish with this, I want the noodles to be nice and soft. I want everything to be flavorful. And I want to enjoy eating it, you know, with my flappy arms. I'm going to be out here. Y'all going to catch me out here posting exercise videos next. I'm going to have to get some pointers from my homegirl, Buffy. Even though her arms never flap. She's so perfect. I love her. But anyway, we're going to put this on. We're going to let it simmer. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit to get a boil on it. And y'all won't see this part, but I'm going to let it simmer down. And then let it go ahead and cook out the penne. And then when I come back, it'll be time for the mukbang. Okay, now it's time for the main event where we taste this chicken fajita pasta. I left a few notes in my video because I had to wind up in the end taking some of the sauce off. So what this really needed was 2 cups of pasta, 2 pounds of the chicken tenders, and then about 4 cups of milk. And I had just slightly over. Now my chicken is very chicken. I mean, the chicken part, I just got a lot of chicken in here. If you like a lot of chicken, go ahead and leave it at 2.5 pounds. But if you want it to be kind of even, then I would suggest just putting 2 pounds. And like I said, this is my first time making this. I've always done the stuffed, and this is my first time making it this way. And it's definitely based on a video that I saw on Facebook for Tasty. Tasty has some really good recipes. I plan to tag them in this video. Yeah. This is good. Oh yeah, that's good. Move this wine out the way. Now, the only jagged thing about this wine is that I think it's only available in like North Carolina, because I'm pretty sure Hennet is a local winery. Like Childress is local, Duplin is in North Carolina. I'm pretty sure Hennet is too. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, it is Pine Level, North Carolina. Now I've seen the Duplin wine in Georgia, but I can't remember ever looking for Hennet in Georgia. So y'all have to forgive me if it's not in Georgia. Or other states, period. But I know I've seen Duplin in other states. I just haven't seen Hennet in other states. And I think Childress might be a little more widespread. But those are our local wines. A lot of it is like muscadine. And I don't typically like muscadine. No, I'm lying. I like muscadines, but I don't like scuppernongs. Don't ask me why there's a difference, but there is. The scuppernong gets a little twangy. I don't know. I don't care for scuppernong. But I like little different muscadine wines. I like muscadines. I think the muscadine is green and the scuppernong is brown. However you want to put that. Anyway, this isn't as saucy as it could have been because I wanted it to thicken. Then I had to turn it off before the penne got too soft. I really love my pasta al dente. I cannot have mushy pasta. It's one of the reasons I do not eat a lot of people's baked spaghetti. They just overcook the noodles. And nobody wants a bite of just mush in your mouth. It's disgusting. But that's just me. If you like soft noodles, boil it for as long as you want to. I just don't like soft noodles. I want them to be a little firm. And these are a little firm. And in the end, I wound up putting all the seasoning in there. All of it. Because once I added the milk, it took away from the seasoning a little bit. And so I had to add that seasoning back to there. It is so good. Now, my oldest son and I are going to smash this over the next couple days. Because that little one, he's so weird and picky that he's not going to eat this. Do I have paper? Hold on. Let me go ahead and wipe this lip gloss off. Let me wipe it off. Now, y'all know when I'm eating good because I wipe the lip gloss off. No point in having that on there looking all shiny and cute when I'm about to get all up in this plate. You see how I hug the plate? That's how y'all know this is good. Now, I've tried to keep my hands to myself and put them in my lap. Then I do involuntary stuff like scratch my thigh and stupid stuff like that. So I think I need to keep my hands up there. And maybe if I show how animated I am, you guys will like my videos more. Because I am pretty animated. And I try to stifle it a little bit in these videos. But apparently that's what y'all want to see. Y'all want to see that I use my hands when I talk. And then I smack sometimes. Not all the time, but I smack. No, the bottom rib is kind of hot. I'm trying not to be greedy. But now I understand why people use green peppers in this. Visibly, the green just pops. I have sprinkled some parsley on here, but it just looks so generic. I just took it off. It was fresh parsley. Yeah, I'm growing up, y'all. I've been using fresh parsley and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yep, just some fresh parsley, but I took it off because I didn't like how it looked. It just didn't look generic. Like, I am really cradling this bowl. It's good. I had to take a break from my cheesecake order this week because when I tell you I had a weird cough, I never, ever get chest colds. I always get head colds, but it was a cough. And I took all necessary precautions and I'm fine. So, and whatever else I need to do to make sure I was good. And now I'm going to start back up making cheesecake. This is so good. Yeah. Now, it's something else I make. I think I said while I was making it, I make a stuffed chicken breast like this, and it's really, really good. When you do the different color peppers, and then you put the cream cheese in there. You know what I forgot? I am missing pepper jack. Pepper jack cheese is a thing that I was supposed to add to this that I did not add. But I will tell y'all that it is really good without the pepper jack, but I know it's missing with the pepper jack. It just gives it a little bit of spice to it. So, if you're watching this and you get to this part, I hope that you will watch the whole video. I hope, I'm sorry y'all. I hope that you will have watched the whole video first, got to this part, and then realized I should have added pepper jack. And that's the thing that I'm missing here. And even though it's good, I know that pepper jack would have added a nice other little spice to it. I'm sorry. I truly apologize. Because I'm like, it's something missing from this. It's something missing. Because when I make it stuffed, I mix the pepper jack in there too, and it's delicious. So if you don't like pepper jack, you want to try this without pepper jack, you can do it without pepper jack. But I did it this time without. I could have sprinkled some on the top. But oh well, it is what it is. Because I just thought about it just now. So if you made this before, you know I miss a pepper jack, I'm sorry. Hope you forgive me. But, you know, I promise you it was good. It's good. Now, I might go back and try another Friday food video. I haven't decided yet. But I know my first one was kind of iffy. I guess because not everybody wants to see broccoli and cheese soup. So I'll think something else. Try it again. This is so good. But yep, I definitely understand why green peppers go in here. It just gives it more color. Now, I'm not saying the red, the orange, and the yellow don't give it color, but that green is just something about adding green. Almost all of my meals have some green in there, something green. And then this one kind of didn't because, you know, I mixed the fresh parsley. When you put, like, regular, let me tell you. Give me a second. When you put that dry parsley, it just kind of blends to the back. Fresh parsley pops. I mean, it's like bright green. Here I go. And again, I'm cradling this bowl. Look at that one. And I put my oldest son on notice, my Perry, but I got in here, so he'll come eat it. Cause like I said, you know, a little picky boy. Okay. I'm going to stop stuffing my face on camera. And I'm going to go ahead and end my video. Let me finish this. I'm going to look at y'all seductively while I finish eating it. Don't laugh at my seductive. I was trying to be cute. I choked a little bit trying to be cute too. So let me just drink the last of this wine. Well, not the last of it, but the last y'all will see of it. Again, if you like my video and you like my southern twang, you like the way my chicken fajita pasta look. Make sure you take the time to like, share, and subscribe.